Greetings, adventurers, and welcome to GrowedUpGeek Gaming. It's been a while. We missed you. Your home for narrative and roleplay focused. Notice the change. Tabletop role-playing live play campaigns here on Twitch at twitch.tv/GrowedUpGeek. We are back with our only show currently running regularly, Dynasty of Dragons, episode 26 tonight. We've made quite the big numbers pass by. Very happy to do so. So we're back with episode 26 tonight. Before we get to that, we will meet everybody, do a quick recap, and then jump right into, as I say every week, a very big episode. Let us start. I'm Manny at GrowedUpGeek on your social media, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and YouTube. If you like what we do here, give us a like, follow, subscribe, high five, fist bump, consent given, pat on the butt. Anything to show your support. It means a lot to us just to hear feedback from anybody. We are live, I guess, only Wednesday nights now at 7 p.m. Eastern time for this show. Our YouTube video will be available Tuesday at 2 p.m. The following week. Jesus, without a bunch of shows, I don't have a lot to talk about. Yeah, I guess that's it. All right, let's slide over and let's meet our amazing cast, who we have named a captivity of D&D players. Let us start with Eric, who's asking the important questions today. What do we call a group of D&D players? Tell us about Gib.
Yeah, Gib he's ready to go. I mean, he's already an old pro now, right? He's faced one dragon, mostly in a cage. He's not in a cage right now. So he's going to be Gib uncaged in this fight.
That's gonna be like the subtitle for the episode for our huge Gib fans on the internet. This way they can jump right to it. Like, screw the rest of the party.
That one guy on the internet.
I want a Gib centric episode. So all right, so yeah, this is literally not your first rodeo, so good on you there. Feel like 2 is still not enough to be really qualified at any task. But
yeah, well, we'll see by the end of the night what's where we're at.
Yeah, colloquialisms say otherwise. Let us slide over to our paladin. Raz, tell us about Daemion.
Yeah, today is going to be an interesting day. You know, we've had this dude show up who has not been shy about, showing off that he's a champion of Illithrax, and that's a really good way to get the former Vengeance Paladin to determine that you are going to be the next person on this planet to meet an early demise.
And current Dragon Slayer Paladin, and so I imagine that also applies to dragon adjacent NPCs as well. Like, don't get my name twisted, bro. Just because it says dragons doesn't mean I won't slay you too.
Yeah, I didn't forget how to do the vengeance thing.
Yeah, still mad. I am still mad. All right, awesome. Let us slide over to our soldier scholar. Nick, tell us about Banquo.
Yo. Banquo, like you said, soldier scholar. He's all in this for the information and also to see where this is going to lead. He is a little wary of all these towns that we keep destroying and such, but, they're not his towns, so we'll get over it.
I'll live here.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. And last and not least, Tim, tell us about Umdar and her fancy new staff.
Yeah, Umdar has a amethyst imbued staff now that leaves a glowing trail when she swings it quickly and gives her all sorts of boons during combat. She couldn't be happier. She's eyeing that zombie with an orb across the field of combat and thinking of creative ways to rescind his invitation to the dragon cult and reclaim that orb.
We still have to do a little character building on your potential dragon cult that you seem to be kind of fixated on in the process of killing dragons. I think you guys are just doing this wrong. There's a good idea in here somewhere. All right.
It's all about selling it.
Yeah. I just gotta like concept this out. It'll be a lot better. All right. That is our amazing cast, and I am very lucky to have them week in and week out when my work schedule isn't killing me. So last week, just an early show, episode 25. The party set out, having freshly killed the kind of disaffected member of the halfling community that they found themselves in, headed back to town on their noble. Did we just end up calling them dire raccoons, or? All right.
We were calling them dire trash pandas or something.
Okay. Our DTPs, they made their way back, and as a token of gratitude for them dealing with the city's problem, they were gifted these on a permanent basis in the form of a little amulet to be dismissed and summoned at will and rode through the wilderness at a great rate of speed, while also looking menacing and adorable at the same time. The mayor who presented them with these gifts was very quick to excuse herself, as she was alluding to she had something very important to do. The party then met with the two members of the city that were remaining in town before heading off to the religious ceremony. The smith, who discovered that the metal that they had found not only can only be worked by cold, but also is from a meteor that crashed almost 2,000 years ago that was mysteriously bought up by the Lord's Alliance and a pretty woman and her very old husband. After that, Umdar met with Esmeralda to receive his brand new staff that she seemed a little drunk and sick off of all the amethyst dust that she had eaten, but did a quite good job in constructing her weapon and enchanting it. Being the last people left in town, the party then made their way to a religious ceremony where they found like a big open field, every member of the halfling community participating in a ritual, singing, dancing, jumping around. Eventually, until the ground opened up, the entirety of the city, save for the cleric and the mayor, who was to be sacrificed at the end of the ritual, were swallowed up. At which point, spiders made their way out, and the party defeated them, after which the ground rumbled some more, and the hole got bigger, and two paladins emerged, the guardians of this particular dragon vault. And after they came out, they were then greeted by a familiar, just absolutely desiccated undead, wearing that same armor, who seemed to recognize the party, threatened them, told them of the potential power of the orbs, and that not only just by touching it can you become in contact with Illithrax, but by attuning to the orb, you are actually able to control the dragon it corresponds to. And to show off this flashy skill, he has attuned to the orb and is in control of the Sapphire Dragon that resided within this dragon vault. We will pick right back up here. Episode 26, A Dynasty Forewarned. At the top of initiative, let's go ahead and throw the owlbear up. Okay, so we find ourselves, let's just get everybody caught back up to speed. The Guardian over here by Daemion, barely hanging on. Sergei, just having emerged with an orb in hand, as well as the Sapphire Dragon that I very clearly need to point out to you, lest you not know what it was. We will begin at the top of initiative with Banquo. Sergei hops out.
Looks like we lost the initiative tracker.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Oh, I copied it from the page, but it goes.
Okay, cool.
Do you want everybody or just you, the players?
No, I believe what the order is. I just am surprised that I was first.
It helps me to have a visual
That's fine.
at least.
That's fine. Here, that won't let me do it.
All right. So Sergei's right over there. How did Sergei get up? Did he climb up, or was he flying somehow?
Like in a very kind of like that big Jedi jump where he just kind of seemed to like spring out of nowhere, do like an awesome backflip and land, and then give his menacing speech.
Okay. Cool. Let's see if we can do it again.
Going up on scene like a freaking Power Ranger.
Yeah. So I'm gonna pop on over here. Actually, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, I'll go back up here and I'll hit him with a. How close is he? Oh, he's nowhere near. And the sleeping thing. This is we're not fighting them, right? The cleric and the sleeping person.
Yeah, she's passed out.
Okay.
I don't remember if the cleric also fell asleep or not.
I can't remember if they turned or if they were just caught up. No, anyway, Sergei it is. I will hit him with a fairy fire.
Okay.
Let me get a dexterity saving throw, por favor.
Where's my fancy dice? I was killing it last week. It's going to be a 22.
Ooh, let's try that again. Silvery barbs.
Okay.
Because that was more than I wanted it to be.
25.
All right. Well, he passes the fairy fire, but then I will use my bonus action to. Who was next? Not our paladin. Okay. Umdar. No. I guess it's
More
yeah,
like,
Umdar.
Yes,
I'll
yes.
I'll call out to you, Umdar. Knock his ass in the hole, and then we'll get out of here, and we'll all go home. I don't know.
That's our
Lost it.
goal. Knock him
Yeah. Anyway,
Oof.
bardic inspiration.
It puts you on the spot. It's fine.
Yeah.
All right. So you good?
Yeah, that'll end my turn.
Okay. So the dragon, everybody can see from their perspective as it hovers above the hole, seems to literally be mimicking every movement, head turns especially, of Sergei. Wherever Sergei looks, the dragon looks, almost in exact unison. And as it does, it kind of looks over towards Daemion, gives it like a dramatic point, and it's going to rush over.
Sorry, Daemion. Do that.
It's going to make. There we go. All right, it's going to make one. It's going to bite at Daemion once for a 26 to hit.
That gets it done.
D10s. All right, take. You're going to take 21 piercing damage and 3 thunder damage as it bites down on you. It's then going to take 2 big swipes with its claws. Neither one's going to hit. 19 and a 15. Okay. That's going to be it for the dragon. All right, it's the paladin's turn. Seeing the thing it protected, it's going to slide up to Daemion, awfully confident.
Manny, I
will
think
take-
that thing is still frightened from Gibbon.
Oh, I'd
Okay.
forgotten about that.
Okay, so it can't move any closer to Gibbs' relative direction. Heard.
Right.
Okay. Does it have any ranged attacks?
Well, if it's frightened from the turn, doesn't it have to keep running away from Gib?
Oh. All right, so my man's gonna take off.
He's going to take 6 thunder damage.
Okay, well then this is all a moot point because that's going to be more than enough.
Yeah, I thought that might be the case.
To
I
kill
left
him.
myself a little marker on his token so I wouldn't forget that I'd booming bladed him right at the end of the last session.
The dragon, not liking that you killed
Whoa! I didn't do shit. He just exploded.
it's gonna pick up one of the bigger rocks, and it's gonna fling it from like elsewhere on the map, like somewhere under this tree. There's all these rocks everywhere. It's gonna take it. It's gonna fling it at Daemion. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
26.
26. Very nice. It is going to crash at your feet, still sending debris up towards you. 3, 7, 12, 14, 20, 21, 26, 31. You're going to take 15 bludgeoning damage from the debris as it smashes up at you for making your saving throw. It's going to be it for the Dragon's Legendary Dash. It is now Sergei's turn. He's going to scream at the dragon in a language that I can't remember who speaks, but it's going to be Draconic, and it's going to like turn to listen to him and then turn right back to Daemion. It is going to make its way right here to Gib. He's going to raise his longsword. You worship a false god. The true power of the universe is coming. And he's just going to lay down 3 big slashes with his longsword. 26, dirty 20, and I'm guessing 15 doesn't get it done.
So just the
That's
26.
one hit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just the 26?
Correct.
Nice. And you're going to take 12 slashing damage as it's just blindly flail in anger and rage at you. It's for Sergei.
Just didn't get his shield up fast enough.
Umdar, it is you.
So it is. Okay.
It's come to this.
So we have this Sergei gentleman surrounded. Or no, there's a sleeping.
But to flank, all you have to do is get on the other side of Gib, and you can absolutely do that.
Yeah. Okay. I guess I'll dispense with the beatings. Was a 17 hit?
On Sergei? No, it does not.
23.
23 does.
Can I get a Constitution check?
Can. Nat 1 for a 6.
Okay, so prone. Hold on, let me double check. That's not prone. It's stunning strike. It costs me a key point and stunned.
Okay.
It can make a con saving throw at the start of at the end of my next turn.
At the end of yours.
It recovers at the end of its next turn.
Okay,
at
so
the end of my next turn.
So no, I don't do anything in the meantime. My man just misses a turn essentially.
Yeah, but he can see. I'm gonna pull the orb away from him.
Okay. I'm gonna need you to make an intelligence saving throw, please.
$13.
Absolutely not.
What happens to no?
How many times have we talked about not
8,
touching
11,
those?
13, 14,
Tempted by its power.
17, 23, 29, 34. You're gonna take 35 psychic damage as you try to
Get microphone off.
wrest the thing from you. And
Would a bardic inspiration help?
no.
I don't know if
What'd
he
you
was
get?
close enough. Okay,
14.
never mind.
What's that? It was a 13 total.
Oh yeah, no.
Okay, never mind. Sorry.
Wait, what's a
Okay.
bardic inspiration? A D10?
It's a D10.
Yeah, give it a shot. It's gonna need a lot.
It's not. It's an 18.
Okay.
The total 18.
Okay,
So,
so yeah. And
Sorry.
in doing so, like you were just going to
Good
get
idea.
these visions, as if traveling through space. And all this is going to happen in just like the instant you grab it. You're going to get just traveling through space, all of these visions, this deep and creeping voice that is just going to be drilled into your brain. While you are holding the orb, you are stuck to it, but you are now unconscious.
Yeah, I'm at 0 hit points. But I'll use my relentless endurance to bring me back to 1 hit point.
Nice.
Okay. So you're going to be one hit point, but you are unconscious. Well, I was like, what we didn't do this in combat the last time. You were essentially stunned.
Stunned?
Yes. Yeah.
No, it is you who are stunned.
Yeah. So no effect on your hit points aside from the psychic damage.
Yep.
But you are stunned now as well.
Okay.
So you stun Sergey, and then you get stunned by touching his
Yeah.
orb.
Yeah, so there's
That's
2
just all.
unconscious people holding an orb right now. All right. Do.
Wait, Sergey got knocked out too?
He's
Uh,
stunned.
Stunned from
stunned him.
stunning strike.
Oh, okay. Not unconscious then.
As Umdar reaches for the orb, Daemion, you're going to be very familiar with knowing exactly what she's going through. As she grips that like look of terror and just awareness of things that the common mind is not supposed to be aware of, and then the instant just boom out. In this excitement and hubbub, everybody who is not otherwise sleeping, unconscious, or stunned, give me a perception check, please.
Yeah, 12.
Okay.
I like those dice. My other dice.
Banquo?
Yeah, I hit the button and then now my browser appears to be frozen. Can somebody's? Oh, there it goes.
What?
It's a nat 1.
Okay, D&D Beyond's being slow for you too, right?
Yeah, extremely.
Okay. Yeah, it was for me when I needed to pull up stat blocks. All right, so out of nowhere, crawling up the vertical face of the hole, 4 more spiders are going to make their way up. Boom. All right, let's do Daemion. It's going to take a bite at you, Daemion. 17, not going to get it done. Who's next? For Umdar in this situation, advantage or what?
Yeah, I mean, if Umdar is stunned,
Okay.
that's
Okay. For
That's
Umdar,
great.
it's going to be a crit.
Umdar has 1 HP, so it's largely irrelevant.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't need to tell me what the damage is.
Okay. I guess I don't have to make. You don't have to make a Constitution saving throw against being poisoned. So that's that. Gib.
It's an auto fail, yeah.
Gib. Dirty 20 to hit? No, right?
No.
Okay. And then Banquo.
Yo.
Oh no, wait. One of them didn't make it all the way to you. Daemion missed. Umdar hit. Gib hit. Banquo's is on the way. All right, it for the
Oh,
spiders.
Gib missed.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So missed against Daemion, missed against Gib, hit against Umdar for obvious reasons. Fourth one didn't quite make it to Banquo. Okay. Daemion, it is your turn. You have a kind of smorgasbord of choices here.
Not really. Not in Damien's opinion. Because not only did we have this fucking mouthy asshole to deal with, but now Umdar has done something that she has been told repeatedly is a terrible idea, and we're down a fighter already. So we're going to go over and try and deal with this problem. First things first. Bonus action for Hexblade's Curse on Sergei, because fuck that guy
Okay.
and everything he stands for. And then we're going to make a couple of longsword attacks at him. The first one is a 25
Yes.
to hit. For... do you need any damage types from me today?
Necrotic and poison are the only for
All right, what do you need to know about necrotic?
Immune and poison immune as well.
All right, so that'll be 17 damage then.
Okay.
Second attack is another 25 to hit. For 15 damage.
All right. Okay. He's obviously stunned, so he's just going to be kind of sitting there with that, like, villain shit-eating grin on his face, but, like, frozen orb. Umdar's, like, hands, like, right here. You kind of see it trailing off. As you're just going to take 2 big slashes at him. What else?
Nope, that's it.
Okay. All right. After that, Daemion, Gib.
Yeah. Does Umdar have any hit points left? Just one?
No,
No,
they just lost
he
that
ju-
one.
He just lost that one.
Tarantula
No?
took it from me.
That's, I'm trying to figure out. Don't.
That was my good hit point.
Your good hit point, huh?
It's my favorite.
Yeah.
You're lucky.
Okay, well, the first thing I'm going to do is bonus action shift.
Ooh, okay.
So, yeah, Gibbs just going to get really angry and he's just going to puff out like a bear, into a bear. Be pretty sweet. So that gives me a sense check. I get some extra temp HP for that and an additional 1 to my AC. Mark that.
Nice.
And then, okay, I'll have to do this first. I'm going to use my fancy Twilight Cleric feature here. I'll channel Divinity, but my Twilight Sanctuary. Yeah, so it's 30 feet, 1d6 plus 16 temporary hit points. Actually, let me see if I can't actually get them. So bonus action. I think that's all I can do for now. I'm not going to move. Yeah, I'm good.
What's the shape of your?
It's a 30-foot radius.
Cool.
I think it's radius, not diameter.
20, 25, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right.
And I'm going to deny the little halflings my divinity for now.
Your gift.
My gift.
All right.
My gift of Twilight.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah, that's all I can
Okay.
do.
The dragon is going to take a legendary action.
Ah, damn. And here I was thinking that with Sergei stunned, it wouldn't do anything.
Yeah.
Just have to kill him.
It's going to just blink out of existence and move back over here. See if the dragon's in action. Mayor is just down on his knees. You know, spare us, O Sapphire God. Spare us, O Sapphire God. Just completely useless. And the mayor is asleep. So we will go back up to the top with Banquo.
All right, I will just go ahead and do a 6-shot of Eldritch Blast onto Sergey. So I'll just do, it's plus 10, so I'll just do 60 20s. Nice easy math. Let's see, it'll be a 16,
Nope.
15, 15, 17, 13, and 27.
27, yes.
Okay. Sergey. That'll be 13 force damage, and he'll get knocked back 10 feet.
Okay. Okay.
And that'll end my turn. That'll do it.
Don't forget your 1d6 plus 16 temporary hit points.
Oh, I will not. Although I've already got some.
Get
21
more.
right now. Yeah. No, I still got the same amount,
Mhm.
but it's the thought that counts.
Ooh, okay. All right.
Actually, I will fly up onto this rock. Oh, I'll end here, but I'm trying to spread out because I know what dragons do.
Okay. I just did the math, so you're gonna, yeah. All right. I need everybody in front of the dragon who's not that one spider off to the side to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Okay.
It's going to rear back, and you are going to hear like this barely audible whistle as you can see it like inhale. Let me go ahead and make it for all my things too.
Get your +5, Gib.
Oh, nice. Yeah, thanks.
Technically, Umdar gets it too, although
All right.
I don't know if they can even make the save.
I'm gonna go with no. All right, let's do the bad guys first.
My D20 agrees with you, Manny.
Sergey gonna pass.
Yeah. I was just looking through my equipment and I wrote down Walter the Trash Bandit.
Fail.
Huh.
Pass.
Trash bandits.
Pass. Fail. Cleric doesn't take it because she's asleep. Or Mayor doesn't take it because she's asleep. Cleric fails.
Even with a +5.
Oh, you want him to get it? Okay.
Yeah,
Then
I don't know why everyone seems to be distrusting them so much.
Okay.
I don't share
So
their
they're
distrust.
gonna pass.
It's Manny that we distrust.
Fact. And then the
Understandable, given what the fuck we're looking at.
The mayor is going to fail as well.
What? Sergey passed even though he's stunned? Fuck that guy.
Oh no, he's gonna fail too, because he's out. Okay. All right. What is this? Whoa! I don't have a D10. There we go. All right. 14, 24, 32,
Stop saying numbers.
40, 46,
Or start saying
52,
smaller ones.
58. All right.
These are all wild magic surges.
Let's go. Banquo, what was your con save?
27.
Okay, passed. Boom.
Thanks, Silver
Umdar.
Barps.
Umdar is gonna fail. Daemion.
Same.
What? Fail?
27.
27. Okay, definitely gonna pass. Gib.
20.
20. Gonna pass. All right. Everybody who passed is going to take 29 damage.
29 what damage?
I'm about to get there. Hold on. Thunder damage.
Nice. I will. Oh shit! Did I use my action this turn already?
You literally just went.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, no.
Okay, it was the last turn where I tried to Silver Barbs. Okay, cool.
Okay, so you do my thing. Hold on.
Yeah,
All right.
I'll absorb elements on that.
Okay, so spider number 2 is going to fail and be dead. It's going to pass and be dead. Going to fail and be dead. Sergey's going to take 58 damage. Okay.
I think for Umdar, that's just the one failed death save, right? 'Cause
Yeah,
it's not-
it's not a crit or anything. It's just an attack.
That was going to be my question. Does it bring me below 0 into certain death, or
You're gonna have one failed death save.
Yeah,
I just auto fail?
no.
Save.
Over damage only applies to the thing that dropped you to 0. After that, it's just failed death saves.
Okay, yes, if that's what, yes. Yeah, I don't have to worry
Right.
about like what your half of your max HP is. Yeah, you're just gonna get a failed death save. All right, that's that.
Noted.
That's that. All right, 2 and 3 and 4 dead. Okay,
Most dire situation I've had a character in quite some time.
okay. So everybody, Banquo, Daemion, Gibb, 29, Umdar, failed death save. The mayor's dead. The cleric is dead.
Huh.
Okay, that's gonna be it.
No temp HP.
If you guys can bring me back to life, we'll have this entire town for ourselves now.
Okay, dragon,
We can live like kings.
Oh god, even with the dude passing, he still went down. That sucks.
Yeah, 50,
tried, little
58,
buddy.
58's a lot of hit points. Like my level 5 wizard didn't have anywhere near that amount.
Well, but he passed, so he should have only taken the 29, right?
Yeah. Still. But man's not hardy. It's a halfling. Just new on the gig. All right, that's everybody. Boom, boom. Legendary action. Can't go after the dragon just went. All right, so what's the deal with Sergey? Am I still stunned with Umdar unconscious?
Well, I don't know. You're the one that stunned Sergey, did you not?
Umdar stunned Sergey.
Oh, you got a stunning strike
Yeah,
on him?
stunning
I thought
strike
he was,
on. Yeah.
So
I thought
he
it was
has-
because of the orb.
No,
he
he's
has
good to go.
I got stunned because of the orb.
Yeah.
He got stunned by me. So on his turn, he is still stunned. At the end of my turn, he will become unstunned.
Yeah, but you're not going to get a turn per se.
Well,
No,
I
no,
get a
he-
death
the
saving
Okay, I
turn
got
still
you.
happens.
Okay, I got you.
Death saving
Okay.
roll.
Yeah.
So
it's
nothing.
6 seconds.
My man's just frozen.
He just loses this turn.
Okay, that's
So
right.
I'll make my death saving roll, and then the next time his initiative comes around, he'll be
Oh
fine.
no, you won't.
No.
There's no tension in you knowing where everybody is. I keep track. All right, spiders. I'm gonna make
Oh, I see.
their
Not quite
way
there yet.
back this way. I don't. Have to, Sergey doesn't have to make a save or anything, right? He's just good to go. Lost the turn.
No,
Now-
but yeah. So he lost his turn. Now now it's my initiative. If I'm
Okay.
reading the
So now it's
website.
your turn. I rolled
So
your
I-
death save, so that's your
Oh,
turn.
you rolled my
Yes.
death save.
Yes.
And did I
Um,
pass or fail?
Well, that's the tension of it. Because if,
Well,
He's not telling us.
yeah.
all right. Well, this is important then. Umdar is right next to me. Did you give Umdar the +5 to her death saving throw?
Yes, I did now, but yeah, it doesn't change anything.
Okay, just
No. Good call.
Either I still failed or I still passed. Great.
Yeah, it doesn't change anything.
I didn't roll a 1 because I'm not dead. So we got that.
I'm not dead yet. Yeah, you will be soon. All right, spiders. Legendary action. Dragon is
Got
once
you,
again
Umdar.
going to blink out of existence and make its way to this perch. Settle down on it and just give this piercing, audible, like screech that you would recognize as, you know, this dragon's particular roar, as it were. Daemion, it is you.
right. So, still going with plan. Fuck this guy.
We
who
spent a
is
lot
no
of time.
longer
We spent a lot of
stunned.
time naming this, sir. We really farmed this out to our best and brightest.
Look, man, he's not a paladin of well thought out plans. He's a paladin of fuck that guy. In particular.
I mean, well-named plans are easy to get people on board with.
All right, that one is 28 to hit. And yeah, fuck it. We'll throw a second level smite on that because we're seriously doubling down on fuck this guy.
Good.
So that's 3d8 extra.
Are you up to improved divine smite yet?
Yeah, ages ago.
Yeah, I was saying. I was like, you guys are like 16. You guys are running out of shit to get.
Mm-hmm.
So the first hit on him will deal 47 damage of
shit.
various types.
Hold on, math. Okay, I got it. Okay.
And again.
After your first swipe, he's gonna like kind of turn and look at you and give like a laugh, as much of a laugh as this like barely strung together person can elicit. You still think you have a chance at stopping this? Our Lord Illithrax's emissaries have already arrived. The final preparations for his arrival and the annihilation of this pathetic place is already in its final stages. I die willingly, knowing that this matters not for you. All right, now go ahead and make your second attack.
Oh, good. You've
Yeah.
accepted that you're about to die. 42 more damage.
My math said I had to take my shot there, or else I wasn't going to get my soliloquy. So, describe how you do this.
Yeah, so he's been stunned and then by Banquo knocked to the edge of this this hole that he crawled out of, which, as far as I'm concerned, will be his fucking grave.
No, I want that armor. Don't knock it out.
So I fly over on the opposite side of him and just put two wailing, fucking thundering blows, and the second one hits him so hard with that extra divine smite that he just flies out into the hole.
Damn.
And is gone.
As he does so, he's going to like wrest the orb away from Umdar's grip, hold on to it himself, and as he flies back, he's going to look you dead in the eye, hold it off to the side, and drop it down into the hole as he falls in a very cinematic, die-hard, all the way into the darkness. After a long moment, the dragon is going to give another just piercing roar, and its temperament is almost going to change immediately. It's a lot more feral, a lot more aware. It suddenly seems like it is looking at everything for the first time and seems almost disoriented very quickly. Daemion, anything else?
So he's adjusted his positioning here. But other than that, I think we're going to just wait and see how it acts, because with any luck, we won't actually have to kill it now that it's not under that douchebag's control anymore.
Okay. All right. Gib, it is you.
Yeah, so Gib is going to cast. It's going to be a little double dipping here, but Aura of Life.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, so blah, 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 30-foot radius, energy, yada, yada, yada. Resistance to necrotic damage, hit point max can't be reduced. And then non-hostile living creatures regain 1 hit point when it starts its turn in the aura with 0 hit points. So I'm just gonna.
Okay, so without doing any, this spell is going to take care of Umdar's essential death save problem. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Good.
Okay.
Okay. And
Does it
is-
replace your?
It technically no, right?
Okay.
So it's
No, this is just
yeah,
a
one's a
spell.
feature and this is a spell.
Okay.
So they're kind of both going on at the same time.
And it's
so
it's
you-
essentially the same. It's the same, like distance, right? The same area.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
the same distance.
So-
Yep.
Everybody in the aura gets both.
Correct.
Okay.
What was
Um,
the effect of the aura? Sorry.
You got 1 hit point,
So-
homie.
You'll get 1 hit point back when you start your next turn. Yeah, and so basically each non-hostile creature in the aura has resistance to necrotic, and its hit point maximum can't be reduced. In addition, a non-hostile living creature regains 1 hit point when it starts its turn in the aura with 0 hit points.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Okay. Very nice.
Yeah.
Anything else?
And then, not this turn. I was going to do something, but it's all good. I got to wait around for Umdar to perk back up before I do something, so I'm good. I'll
Okay.
hang out.
I feel as if we merely reset the death save count there.
As long as you make it
Well,
to your
as long as you
turn.
wake up, you get temporary hit points too.
As
from
long as you make it to your turn, there is something that goes ahead of you. All right. Gib, anything
Actually,
else?
you know what? Kind of, yeah. All right. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to position myself between Umdar and the spider.
Okay.
Gonna take a real mama bear stance over the corpse here.
Literally.
Ah.
All right. Awesome. All right. Mayor dead. Cleric dead. Back to the top. Banquo.
All right. Well, fuck this spider. So I'll hit him with a double blast. 17 to hit.
The spider?
Yeah.
Yes.
And then 29 to hit
Yes.
for 7 plus 8. Oh, duh. And one more shot for the first cast. 16 to hit.
Yes.
7 plus 8 plus 14 damage.
Okay.
29 total. How's the... And it'll get knocked back 30 feet. Oh, or it'll just explode. And then I will fly over to the edge and look down and see if I can discern any kind of distance.
Now, somebody dropped something with light on it before.
That's
and
right.
The darkness just consumed it. You haven't heard anything when either the original townsfolk fell into the hole, and now anything else you may have pushed into the hole, and now especially with Sergei.
I'll look over at Daemion. I'm gonna say, "You're faster. You fly down and get it." and that'll end my turn.
I'm sorry, are we forgetting the fuck off dragon?
Well, I don't mean now. I mean afterward. But my turn, I didn't have any more things to do to the dragon with my turn, so I figured I might as well look. That'll end my turn.
Okay.
And I didn't want to be closer to the dragon.
Don't forget your temp HP.
No, I will not.
You did, however, move out of my aura.
Both of us?
Yeah, I positioned myself so I'd have you both covered and you both moved.
Yeah.
Well, I had shit to do.
Paladin struggles.
We can't always be next to you.
I get lonely.
Why not?
I have very large codependency issues that I exercise through D&D. Everybody must stay close to me.
This whole time, Daemon's been dealing with abandonment trauma, and we're just finding out now.
I don't know. I mean, walking under peduncle all this time, I got to make sure to watch where, can't look up too quick. My mouth open.
All right, so
What do you feed that thing anyway?
The bones of my enemies.
Perfect.
nice.
Like in broth or?
But no, shitting on people while flying is actually a Nick maneuver. I can't take that away from him.
I do that.
He said doo-doo.
I did.
All right. Fly over to Daemion. It's going to take one bite. 24? No, right?
24, yes.
Okay. Jesus. You're going to take 11 piercing damage and 8 thunder damage. And then it's going to swipe at you twice for a 13 and a 30.
Don't really think you need me to tell you.
Yeah, for 7 slashing damage with a big claw shot. Paladin's dead. Sergey dead. Umdar, welcome back to the land of the living.
Yep, I bounced right up with half my movement.
I'm all good. I'm all right.
I don't look that good. I am going to down. Is it a free action to use a potion?
Here's how it works. If you want to roll for it, it is a free action, but you have to roll for it. If you want to use a bonus action, you can drink the whole thing for maximum healing.
Okay. I am going to make probably the smartest decision of the game and drink the whole, use a bonus action.
Okay.
You get the dismal 10 hit points back.
Hey, it's better than 3.
Sure is. And I will... is this thing up in the air or is it on the ground?
It's on the ground. Big heavy landing.
I can get behind it and... What kind of temporary hit points do I get, Gib, on the start of my turn?
I think it's at the end of your turn, and it's 1d6 plus 16.
Okay, let me just roll the 6 now. Great.
Yeah, end your turn in my sphere.
16.
Am I still in your sphere?
You
Is it
just
the
have to be
sphere?
within 30 feet of me.
You should have temp HP from your last turn anyway. You were down, but it doesn't stop you from getting the temp HP.
Ah, okay.
It doesn't stack,
then.
though, does it? It just replaces if your number was bigger.
Yeah, I can top
Okay.
up.
Yep.
Well, that's good to know. I have more than twice as many hit points as I thought I did. Okay, so I will use my breath weapon attack with advantage to try to deal some...
That's still not how breath weapons work. It gets a saving throw.
Ah, yeah, you're right. So this is why I have to look at my character sheet for each and everything I do. Actions.
Deck save.
Yeah, deck save, please.
Dirty 20.
save, so
Okay.
half as much damage. Rolled 2 8s and a 3, so 16, 19 halved is 9 fire damage.
Okay.
And I will whack him over the head with my staff.
All right.
25 to hit.
25 does hit.
Okay, can I get a Constitution saving throw? DC 17.
29.
Okay, that is great. And it will take 10 bludgeoning damage.
Okay. All right. Anything else?
Let's see. No. I will roll for the additional temporary hit points, and I rolled higher, which is great.
Okay.
And that'll end my turn.
Getting hit, it's going to look Daemion in the eye, look around really quickly, poof, out of existence, and reappear floating above the hole. Daemion, is now actually your turn.
Last shot. Fly over and try to converse with it in the language that Thorn taught me so long ago, and tell it, "We did not come here to fight you. The tyrant with the orb is dead. We're not your enemies." Manny getting real quiet.
Yeah.
Okay. It's going to reply back to you in that language, what's in the Zoom chat.
I guess I'll just keep responding there then.
So everybody else looks on this dragon, still very feral and animalistic and brutal. Suddenly has like a connection with Daemion, and you can see them conversing. Its demeanor doesn't change. It's still puffing its chest out, flapping its wings, speaking in a, I don't know, I guess an aggressive tone. I don't think a dragon can whisper or, speak gently. Do. The dragon responds for the first time, changing slightly in temperament. Daemion, give me a persuasion check with advantage since it's pleased you speak its language.
17.
It's going to look at you. It's going to rear back a little bit, fly up higher so that, everybody can see. And in this very broken common, I will hold you to your oath, and I will remain here ever vigilant should you break it And it is going to fly over to this statue. It's going to knock it over. It's this big kind of, artist depiction of a widespread bird. It's going to land down, assume the same pose, much more realistic because, it's an actual fucking dragon. And you're going to hear it cast Meld into Stone. And it is just going to turn into a much more impressive and lifelike version of the statue that once stood here. Is that it for everyone? Yeah.
Daemion will look at the others and say, I've negotiated and we should make preparations to leave. And then he is going to go to Gibb and ask, you said once that you have the ability to share your supernatural dark vision with all of us. Is that still true?
Yes.
I have need of it.
All right. Yep. So I can give it to everybody if they want it.
Hell yeah.
yeah.
It's what, 300 feet?
Yep.
And then once he has that superior, actually that's even better than superior dark vision.
Oh yeah,
Superior is 120. Mega dark vision. He'll fly down into the hole, searching after the corpse in the orb.
Okay.
Yep.
Bring that armor up.
All right. As Daemion flies down, it's not too quickly before you're not glowing anything or like giving off any light. You can just see in the dark. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see in the dark up to 300 feet away now,
Okay.
which is going to be a lot better than 60 feet.
Okay. So as Daemion kind of dives down, on peduncle, yeah? You're not like you're not like spelunking. Heard. All right. We'll just go in initiative order. As you all watch Daemion kind of fly into the hole, this massive stone dragon having settled in above what you imagine to be the vault door. We'll start with Banquo. Banquo, what do you want to do as Daemion kind of dips down into the darkness and this dragon has settled in, at least temporarily, to be a statue?
I'll look over to see how Umdar is doing. It seems she's doing all right. I mean, she got up and started beating on the dragon, so.
She's bowing down before the statue version of thank you for sparing us.
Yeah.
I will send worshippers.
I'll look over the side, and while he's still reasonably could be within 120 feet, I'll send him cast a message to send to Daemion and ask if he needs any help.
Okay. All right. 222.
And you can respond to that.
Umdar, you're doing your worship thing?
Umdar's gonna finish her worship thing,
okay.
And we'll make a final display of dragon worship by casting my wings unfurled to essentially fly back with my astral dragon wings to the edge of the pit here. And that'll, I guess,
roll
roll
me performance with initiative, please.
With advantage?
Yes, thank you.
Add your initiative bonus to it.
Yeah,
I don't get to call for a performance check very often, so like the whole thing threw me off.
And I'm not particularly good at it, so here goes nothing. 18.
Okay.
With a -1. I rolled a 19 on the die, so.
You are going to see the dragon, which has settled in to, that majestic, like, upward glance that, is the traditional, like, head positioning of pieces to, display power. while still stone, it's going to turn its head down and turn its gaze towards you as you walk away. You won't see it as you walk away. Gib, you'll glance peripherally the movement of like the head. Banquo, you two probably, unless you're looking down in the hole for Daemion.
I'm just waiting for his answer. I'm still staring at the dragon.
Okay. All right. Okay, so you're going to see its head move to kind of fix its gaze on Umdar as she walks away, dragon rings unfurled. Daemion, let's do your response to Banquo's message first.
Yeah, I think I should be all right. This dark vision is a great help, and that cocky fool just dropped it straight down, so I shouldn't have to search too wide of an area.
Okay.
Amongst the corpses of the town.
As you make your way down, you will have been familiar with like especially deep holes in the ground from your delving into the mines of Mirabar. This seems just as deep, despite you moving at a much greater rate of speed straight down as opposed to the kind of just circling of and eventually the darkness is going to be broken up by, to you, what's dark vision's black and white, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. By these very stark, almost kind of hazy, big splotches that kind of crisscross your paths. Give me a nature check, please.
Ah, yes, my specialty. 2.
You just dodge them, or Peduncle innately dodges them. Some of them look completely like secure, filled from edge to edge along the edge of the perimeter of the cave. Others, as you fly a little further down, you'll notice have like big gaping holes, like dead in the middle. Some of them seem like kind of skewed and askew. You make your way down. Eventually, you are going to come to a corpse of a halfling floating seemingly in space on this white thing.
It's a mite unsettling.
You continue down. The white sheets seem to get more dense, and eventually they encompass the entire space of the hole, with the exception of like where several holes seem to have been punched through them. Eventually you make your way to the bottom. There's a noticeable taste of like copper in the air. And you're going to see in black and white just all of the corpses of the entire village. Some of them kind of stuck with this white stringy substance on them. You're going to see essentially just Sergei's armor. The rest of him did not survive the fall. And then,
Super surprising.
and then give me a perception check, please.
26. Good time for an at 20, I think.
You're going to see what looks like chunks and the dust of that dark opal that you found in the mines of Mirabar that you have seen constructed into these orbs.
It's like there's more of that substance here.
Like it broke in the fall.
Oh, okay. Well, that's actually kind of reassuring, to be honest.
So you're going to make it all the way down to the bottom. You're going to see, like I said, the corpses, everybody who is wearing any kind of armor. It's very flattened. Yeah, it's a mess down there.
So the orb is shattered. Does it look like it's lost its power? Is that
It's
something I could?
The material is still that weird stuff, that dark opal that seems to swirl actively. You do pick up, there's like a chunk about, like yay big, that you can see, and in that little space you can still see the opalescent coloring in the dark field still kind of churning away.
Probably nothing to worry about then. That's kind of a relief.
Drop the other ones down there.
Let's see. And so his armor is here, and what it's stuck to the white stuff that's down here.
Yeah, they're spider webs. They got okay. All right.
I worked that out eventually.
Okay,
it's
good,
like, really white fluffy stuff in a hole that amethyst spiders were crawling out of.
Okay, cool. Good.
Shocking.
Show not tell. So yeah. Obviously he got caught and it broke his fall, which is why you didn't hear any sounds at the bottom. And everybody's been kind of spun around. It's not like everybody fell straight down, back. Everybody's been kind of spun around and just tumbling as they make their fall. But eventually every single one of them, the halflings included, was too heavy for the web to support, and they just crashed right through and all over the floor.
All right. Well, since I made the trip down here already, I'll try and kind of cut the armor out of the web and put that in my bag with the rest of the armor that I've got. Well, Peduncle's bag, really. Don't carry shit.
Gib. Okay, sorry.
Feeling pretty satisfied that the orb is destroyed. I think I'll honestly just leave the broken pieces here. Like, fuck it. Who's gonna... Like, someone would have to come down into this crazy spider hole, find the pieces, and then it would have to still work. Like, I don't...
Glue them back together.
It's probably fine here, and I'll just start making my way back up.
Okay. Gib, Daemion's been gone for a little bit. Umdar has finished her worship of the new statue, unfurled some wings, was impressive. Banquo is just kind of chilling on the edge. You still all big and fuzzy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let the bear out.
Okay.
So what Gibb's gonna do is he's gonna walk up to the base of the statue.
Okay.
And he's gonna place a gold coin down in front of the statue, and he's gonna come back and tell his friends, be like, "What? Every dragon needs a horde, right?"
I fucking love it. Hold on.
Dragon's like, that's stereotyping, but also yes.
How dare you? No, don't take it back. I'll still keep it. Thank you.
Yeah.
How dare you give this to me?
Then give it back. No. It's gonna meet your gaze. You're gonna see it, like the stone kind of shift and give that, kind of respectful nod as you give it a coin. Very nice. I like it. Anything else?
No.
Okay.
No, not unless we have time for a short rest. But
We'll go right back up once more around Banquo. Daemion's been down there a long time. Last time you were in contact with him with his response to your message was that he was going to be fine. He's been gone a while. You haven't heard anything from him. What would you like to do?
I guess I'll walk over here to where the mayor... No, the mayor wasn't over here. The mayor fell in.
No, the mayor is the girl you're next to, actually.
Okay. And then the cleric.
Yes.
And I'll start looting.
Okay.
Just casually loot.
you're preparing the body. That's what you're doing, right?
Preparing it to be looted.
Okay. The cleric is going to have 19 silver pieces, a prayer
Yoink.
book. What's that?
Yoink.
Okay. 19 silver pieces, a prayer book.
I guess I'll take that. Yeah.
And then 10 blue candles. As well as a
Yeah, fuck it.
like a holy symbol that was closer to the statue before the dragon actually replaced it. Like it does look like a bird.
Yeah, that's mine now.
Okay. The mayor is going to have nothing on her. She expected to be sacrificed, so can't take it with you. So she didn't.
Shit. Okay, well, that on my turn then.
Okay. Umdar. You see Banquo like rifling through the pockets of the halflings that remain. Daemion's been gone for a little while. Gibbs drawn the dragon's attention as well. What would you like to do? I think you're muted, buddy.
No, I'm just being contemplative. Umdar is going to sit patiently at the edge of the pit for Daemon while waiting, while maybe observing the dragon statue and tending to her wounds.
Okay. All right.
Nothing to the loot from the bodies is not what interests her. She wants to know what happened to the orb. So we'll wait for her.
Umdar, as you sit there, a couple moments go by. Everybody's kind of, what do we do now? Daemion, you're going to pop out of the hole having flown back up, dodging spider webs along the way. I'm going to just assume Pedunkel's pretty agile.
Yeah. Honestly, it sounds super cinematic.
Just think of like a Death Star trench, but vertical.
Honestly, it sounds badass. Like, I'd love to be doing that right now.
Yeah, so you make your way back up to the top. You see your companions. The dragon is not in the same position as it was a minute ago. What would you like to do?
So once I get to the top, I'll move to address the others, especially Banquo, and say, we were fortunate, actually. We needn't have worried. It seems it was destroyed in the fall. I found what's left of it, but I just left it there. It's probably better guarded here in its broken pieces than it would be with us regardless.
Yeah. That's a relief.
One less beacon in the world.
Were you able to touch or hold? Did you?
Yeah, to the best of my knowledge, it seems to be inert.
And you just left it?
I did.
How far down is the hole?
A mile.
Yeah, it's far.
Your fascination with these orbs concerns me. They're objects of evil. It nearly killed you. You should not be so anxious to get your hands on it again.
I'll walk away from Daemion without responding.
All right.
If you want it so badly, I welcome you to jump in after it.
Gib, Damien's back. The orb, as far as you are led to believe, is smashed and useless. What would you like to do?
So he's looking around to see if that armor, if Daemion has that armor in tow. He's like, sweet, you got it. He's like running up. He's like clawing out. I assume that this guy just like exploded out of this armor.
Yeah, so it's good.
Sorry,
it's going to be.
Are you? Do you mean to tell me that you just walked up to me and my horse and started rifling through my saddlebags?
Well, I see like a gauntlet like hanging out.
Do you want to die today?
Like, oh man, I'm gonna have to get this cleaned.
This does not belong to you.
Oh, man, you already got one set.
And I have great plans for it.
Oh, yeah, I see my my night vision really helped. Helped you out there.
Ooh,
Just one
minus
little bit.
fee.
All right, we'll talk about it later.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. It's getting to be like around midnight. All that's left is the sound, the chirping of the crickets, the distant tide on the end, on kind of the far side of the island. The dragon is dealt with? Question mark. The orb is smashed. Everybody's dead. Is there anything anybody would like to do?
Make haste and leave.
Go legally take possession of the town.
Yeah, I need like a nap for like a day.
Okay.
My understanding is there's at least one spare bed somewhere around town for us to.
Take your pick, boys.
You
Boys and
guys are
girl.
fucked.
All right, so back to the Trashy Panda Inn for a long rest.
And we're gonna have to free the pandas.
Yeah, obviously they have to come with us.
Well, I don't know about that, but we're gonna free them because they're
I
not
thought-
gonna just stay fenced in.
Well,
Didn't
no,
the whole
you
town
guys
die?
have amulets that just summon them to you.
Right. Yeah.
Right? No, I'm talking about the ones that are still there. Because didn't the whole town just die?
Yeah,
Yeah, there was only like 6 of them. You guys have 4.
It's like a ghost town.
You have to instruct the other 2 to form a gang.
Yeah.
Like, all right,
Look,
this is what
you
you
guys
gotta
are all
do.
you got for each other. Look out for each other.
Yeah. All right, trash pandas, the town is yours.
Yeah. Go nuts.
Trash
Nobody will
Pandaville.
shoo you away from these trash cans tonight. Tonight you dine like kings. Uh-oh.
Every trash can belongs to you.
Gather all the trash and put it in the center of town and have at it.
Our feast shall commence. So yeah, back to the Trashy Panda Inn for a long rest, or
Yes. Very much needed.
okay.
Yeah, so like the whole town's dead. I can just like go walking through buildings and
Was the blacksmith? Did she leave?
Everybody after they did their respective meeting with you got in a boat and rowed themselves to the.
Okay, then I'm gonna go rifle through because I had left that gauntlet with her because I was like, I want you to turn this into an axe for me.
Okay.
She returned it. She turned it into the opposite-handed gauntlet. Remember?
Yeah, but then I gave it back to her.
Well, but she immediately came to this.
Oh man. All right, so I'm gonna check to see if she left it behind
Okay.
in her forge, still whatever,
It's
or
right,
if
it's right there on the anvil.
what gauntlet?
I had bought that gauntlet from the shady dude.
Not the shock and grasp gauntlet.
No.
No, the one
Oh.
made of this special metal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's when you find it like on the anvil, you find it in like this weird box. It's got some kind of animal fur around the outside, and when you look inside of it and you kind of open it up, it's got that weird kind of frost on it. You can see the kind of frost lines coming up on it. It has been kept exceptionally cold while she was at the ritual, under, I guess, the expectation that she was going to work on it when she got back.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna snatch
Great.
it?
Yeah, well, first I'm gonna check with Daemion. I said, now that you figured out how to work this stuff, you have a full forge here. Should we stick around for a little bit? Also, we should go down to that shop from the dude and his oddities and just go rifle around down there. He had listed
God.
up a bunch
Chance for
of
shot,
stuff
yeah.
that we didn't pay for.
Gib really hates highwaymen, but god damn, if a bunch of people die, he's gonna take their shit.
I mean, yeah.
Well,
There we go. All right.
Anyway,
Okay.
what was it you wanted her to make out of that gauntlet?
yeah. Well, I did originally say an axe, but now, given this bruising fight that we just had, I'm rethinking that a little bit.
Well, I just would give you a heads up that, I have a weapon made of this stuff, and like it sure is a weapon. But it's not magic. It doesn't
Okay.
do anything crazy awesome. The one thing we do know about this metal is it seems to be impervious to heat.
So
perhaps like a shield, or
yeah, shield's probably a good idea.
Could you gild your current shield with it?
Like
Yeah,
a,
I mean,
like a plating probably.
Yeah, like around the use
Work
it for
the new
around
stuff
the
into
edges
the
or
same
something
shape
like that.
and then just kind of fold the ends over on.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a cheap mall cell phone case.
wow, what a great analogy for the thing that you're hoping to protect you from dragon's fire.
Well, the proper phone case will protect you from shame.
All right, so you'll head back to town. Gib will find the his gauntlet on essentially magical ice as it sits in this box, chilled. When you pick it up, it's gonna almost seem like almost pliable. Like as you pick it up, you're gonna notice it kind of lose a little bit of structural integrity. Like you're trying to pick up like not quite a water balloon, but Jello or something that just won't hold its shape as you pick it up. Okay, and we'll go on a break on that note. It's currently 8:37. We're going to take about a 10-minute break and then be right back, pick it up in the town. To everybody watching, thank you very much, as always.
We have our long rest completed when we get back?
We're going to head back to town. Let you guys do what you
Okay.
want to do, and we'll go from there.
Fair enough.
All
right,
right,
thanks.
so yeah, we'll be back in about 10 minutes. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in a minute.
Okay.
Bye.
All right, we are back after our real life short rest. Let's go ahead and adjust the old owl bear. Back to town. Where is it? Right, there it is. So you're going to arrive back to literally an empty town. Having just left the spot of the religious ceremony, dragon summoning, death of an entire city, whatever.
The island.
Yeah, I was like, we're gonna get all lost on this. Yeah, no mist, but that didn't go anywhere anyway, so who cares? So you're gonna make it back to shore to an entirely deserted, once prosperous and thriving halfling village. We'll go back to initiative. Banquo, where do you want to go?
Let's see. Let me look at my notes. There was the magic shop. Episode 25. Some folks. No, it was 24.
It's 24.
Yeah. Esmeralda's exotic shit. Butcher shop, Sapphire Supply, general goods. And so all of these people, Esmeralda, the Smithy, Bornotoli, they were all at that thing.
Yep, every single one of them. Big to do.
So like, let's take it from the fucking top. I'll go to the Esmeralda's exotic shit.
Okay. Inside, you're gonna see like an armoire cabinet, very clearly with a magical rune like spanning both sides of the double doors.
I'll ask Gib to accompany me as I go looking through this place, ostensibly to bless these houses for the next owners, since the previous ones died so tragically. But really, I just want him to detect magic and help me look for magical traps.
Yeah.
Yeah, this thing sitting on, like I said, it's going to span, the place where the doors would open. It's going to sit there. It's going to glow. Abjuration? Abjuration magic.
That tracks.
It's bright too, Gib. Like, brighter than anything the door or the, parishioners of the religious ceremony got to. This is like, it is bright.
Can you dispel it?
Yeah, I can do that.
Oh, and everybody's invited. I would just specifically ask for someone who I know has detect magic.
Yep, I can also dispel it as well if needed.
Yeah, let's see what we can find. There's gotta be something good in here, right?
Yeah.
I mean, bless this mess.
So which shop you're in? The
I think it was this one.
is it the one that made that was sniffing Umdar's dust?
Yeah. It's gonna be this one.
Yeah. Yeah, I pointed out all the nice shiny things.
Did Daemion and or Umdar follow as well?
Umdar will certainly follow, see if she can recover any particles of amethyst that may have been left behind.
Oh yeah, I'm sure there's all sorts. It's
Daemion does not have any interest in your grave robbing.
All right. Hold on. I just gotta find.
I'll bet if I find something good, he'll have a little bit of interest. I'll get you something good. I'll get you something nice.
Bring me back something nice.
Yeah, yeah. Fuck the loofah, let's go.
Banquo went grave robbing, and all I got was this stupid T-shirt.
All right, so the magic is going to be dispelled. It's still going to be the actual physical thing that was kind of keeping the doors from opening. But Gib, as far as you can see, the light has clearly gone out. Any kind of sign that it is magical is gone.
Well, clear, bro.
All right, yeah, I'll look for whatever magic items were set out to eventually be on the shelves.
Okay. You are going to find a scroll.
I love scrolls.
For 1 hour, temporary resistance to fire damage.
I like that.
You're going to find a silver jar with a kind of viscous red liquid in it.
Sounds fun.
Okay. Another potion that, like, do you open them or you just look at them?
I will do the little taste test to see what they do.
Okay. So the one in the silver jar, you are going to feel like 1 hit point better with your little kind of taste test.
Okay.
All right.
Cool.
The second one, when you open it, almost like a smoke is going to come out, and it's going to smell like mint.
Oh yeah.
You're going to taste it, and tastes like mint, smells like mint. You don't feel any tangible difference at this time.
All right. Cool. I'll point these out and toss them in the bag.
And then you find a piece of like knotty staff. It's like staff. It looks like it's been infected by termites. Like, just, it's got all kinds of like little holes in it. The wood is somewhat brittle.
Yeah. It's everything that's not nailed down that looks interesting. And then, do you have a hammer? And start working on those nails? No, that'd be fine.
Okay. Umdar, you're going to find the bag that you gave Esmeralda your
Had the
dust
amethyst
in.
dust in it. Okay.
Like any really fine particulate in any kind of like bag, there's going to be, the tiniest little bit stuck to the inside, but nothing noticeable. Even if you were to, turn it and shake it out, just little tiny flecks.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna take it with me
Okay.
and not shake it out. I'm gonna recognize the minuscule amount of amethyst dust that's in there and kind of draw the string tight around it so that nothing could potentially fall out that is in there, and just gonna take it with me. Reclaim what it's not exactly stealing.
Gib, you noticed the magic. You got rid of the magic. Anything you would like to do in here?
Yeah, well, I just want to rifle around, see what I can find.
Lots of books, scrolls. They look like very complex, like formulas, and call for all kinds of ingredients. Your best bet is a lot of it is just going to be her like enchanting library. Like she would have spell books, but the same idea. Otherwise, there are no utensils to eat with, no cups to drink with, no food of any kind.
Interesting. Any signs that this person was alive?
No place to sleep. It as you kind of walk your way through, it just seems like a workshop and then a very roughshod concept of a office storefront.
Does it seem weird to you guys? No place, there's no signs of food or places to sleep or like life in general.
These people weren't exactly prepared for their continued staying here. No,
I don't know. I think we should check out some of the other locations.
Okay.
Have we made our way into the trashy panda yet?
No.
no. I was gonna say, is our next stop should we just go open up that gate and let the pandas, the raccoons go?
I wanted to check out the trinket store.
Okay.
Where we got the.
Right.
Well, I mean, we could spend all day, the whole session, looting every store.
It's true.
Which I absolutely would do that.
I mean, we can
but
hand wave
could-
it all, and I can give you all like a kind of count of everything that you would find.
Unless, but if y'all have something like specific that you wanted to do,
Yeah, anything outside
I'm
of like
not
looting
trying
the
to-
contents of every building here.
yeah, like I'm not trying to like spoil sport. If you guys had something else to do, like
No,
use the boards or
I
anything
just
like
I want free stuff.
that.
But no, Gib would totally be up for freeing the trash pandas and then probably going heading back to the inn.
Okay.
So he needs some rest.
All right,
A little sleepy, a little
the
shut
two remaining raccoons are gonna kind of tentatively make their way out to the open gates, and as they
Do they speak Sylvan? Because I would give them instructions.
no, they just kind of like make their way out, give like a look, and then just scurry off like into the dark underbrush of the woods.
Okay.
Fine. Daemion, while everybody was in Esmeralda's, what would you like to do?
Excuse me. So Daemion went to the smithies
Okay.
because, well, she's not around anymore, but the equipment is, and he knows how to work this stuff now, and he's been formulating plans, and he's got all night, so he's gonna get back to working on his equipment and see if he can incorporate this new metal with the mithril. Incorporate it with the mithril and see if he can get some new effects out of that. I don't know. Did Gib turn over his shield?
Yeah, I mean, if you agree to work it for me, totally would.
Because he can also try and do the. We talked about trying to plate his shield as well.
Yeah, I'd be down for that.
At this point, I've got a lot of this metal.
All right. So you're just gonna work through the night?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, because I only need the 4 hours of semi-conscious trancing for my long rest, so just work that in at some point of the night.
You've got the Smithy's, kind of magically enhanced cold box that she was going to use to work Gibbs' gauntlet. The forge.
And I've got my own cold magic as well.
Okay. So you're going to set to work, occasionally taking your little trance to rest. Banquo, you feed the raccoons. We're going to hand wave all the looting. Anything else before the trashy panda?
I don't. I guess I'll
How about
just.
what about the mayor's office?
Maybe.
Can we, I'd like to check out the mayor's office.
Okay.
See if there's any.
Banquo, what would you like to do on your
documents
turn?
Sorry.
I will probably just make note that I was also like looking while going through these buildings for any survivors, like anybody that was like made themselves hidden, didn't want to go, whatever, anything like that.
Okay. All right, you're not going to find anybody. Like I said, this town is empty, and the last little vestiges of life that is not you guys just scurried off into the woods to do God knows what.
Okay. And then, I'll go ahead and accompany Umdar to the mayor's office and see if I can write the deeds to some of these buildings over to myself.
All right. You're going to make your way in. It is going to be very neatly arranged. All of the kind of personal effects and everything have been removed. And it looks like the kind of like blank slate furnished place that you would find if you moved somewhere. Everything's gone. There's, table, chairs, all of the kind of things you would need to live, bed, all these things, but nothing personal. No clothes, no pictures, no nothing.
Okay. And any filing cabinets or desk drawers that I can shuffle through to see if there's any? Are there literally no personal effects to that? Yeah,
there's nothing.
Okay.
Everything, all the drawers are empty. The desk is literally just the surface and then a kind of chair. She knew she wasn't coming back.
Crazy bastards. Okay.
All right.
I'm satisfied as much as I'm gonna be.
Anything else before the trashy panda?
Not from Umdar.
Okay. Daemion's going to be steady at work at the forge. Gib, you're going to come out of the magic shop, or Esmeralda's. Banquo and Umdar are going to head towards the mayor's office. Any other place you'd like to visit before the trashy panda?
There's no shrine in this town, right?
No.
In this village?
The place that you arrived in when you teleported in is probably the only
Probably that's it. Yeah. So I think he's just gonna find a kind of a clear spot in the middle of the village, where he can very clearly look up and see the moon, and start praying to Selune, thanking her for protecting him during the fight with the dragon.
Give me a religion check, please.
Certainly. All right, D&D Beyond. Come on, there we go.
Yeah, it's been real slow today.
12.
12.
Yeah.
You're going to look up at the night sky, the bright full moon, essentially the only light that you have, no torches, no ambient light from any buildings, shining down. And as you feel, that as you reach out to, get that touch of the divine that you experienced during prayer, you like just about to get it. That feeling is coming. Everything is about to pour in. You get just the first little trickle of it. And this dark cloud is just going to just go right in front of the moon. Everything's going to be dark. And suddenly, like, that brief little, like, beginning of that connection is gone.
Man. Hate the weather. Okay. And that's all I don't really infer anything from it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Off to the Trashy Panda.
Off to the Trashy Panda.
Okay. Banquo, Gib, Umdar, settle into the Trashy Panda. It's empty, full stores of food, booze, no travelers. All of the rooms that would be for travelers are all empty. Made up, everything was prepared like the tavern and like the inn would be. It just didn't happen to have any guests at the time. Settle in, eat, drink, cover. All the while, you're going to hear just this faint banging just throughout the night across the street as Daemion is just going to set to work on his tasks. Everybody goes to sleep. Wake up in the morning. Daemion, you're just going to be about it, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, except for, whenever I decide to take my little meditation. Work.
Okay. So in the morning, Umdar, Gib, Banquo, you're going to wake up, and aside from the change of, daylight versus the nighttime, everything's going to be exactly as it was when you fell asleep. Same room, that same just incessant hammering, from across the street, telling you that either Daemion is up and at it early or has been at it all night. As you wake up, we'll do everybody's one by one. Gib, you're going to wake up in a nice comfy room, slept well, ate well, had some booze. Maybe, if that's your bend. I don't know your religious doctrine.
Hello? Moonshine? Come on. Go with it.
Oh. All right. I live close to Kentucky. That's sad too. So what are you gonna do as you wake up? And like I said, you're still gonna hear Daemion banging away. Across the street.
Well, I mean, I think the first thought is that he's gonna make a full Irish for his companions here. So he's gonna make his way down to the kitchen, and start making breakfast. But kind of as like the beans are cooking and whatnot, he wants to poke around a little bit because not seeing any signs of like in the shop last night of really anything personal or that made it just look like someone actually lived there. He wants to look around at the parts of the Trashy Panda that aren't necessarily for guests, right? They're for staff or the owners.
All right, you're gonna kind of root around, looking for the larder, all the kind of where everything is in your desire to make breakfast. And in the back, you're gonna find what you imagine to be the little kind of caretaker's cottage portion of the building. The bed's unmade. The closet is full. There was a candle that looks like it probably burned all the way down since last night. There's decor on the walls. It's a small space. The majority of the building is the part for customers and guests and the such. But it seems very like lived in and homey. There's a couple of pictures of the innkeeper. A couple pictures like the innkeeper and like the mayor. The innkeeper on like a raccoon. Just it's humble and it's not a lot of space, but it definitely appears to be like somebody lived here. And like I said, even the bed's unmade.
Okay. Good. All right, I think curiosity is satisfied in this moment, so he's going to go back to, cooking up that blood sausage.
Okay. Gib gonna set to work on breakfast. Banquo, you're gonna wake up maybe by hearing Gib kind of shuffle through the floor downstairs. Oh, you're the late riser, aren't you?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Umdar, your need for spiritual cleanliness and probably whole living is probably making you a morning person. Yes.
I wouldn't say that I exactly slept through the night, but I did get a very intense round of meditation
Okay.
through, which perfectly timed to end with the sunrise.
All right. So you're gonna wake up. You're gonna hear Gib kind of rooting around downstairs. You're gonna smell breakfast like working, and then off in the background, you're just gonna hear that same just ping, ping, ping of Daemion hammering away across the street. What would you like to do?
Well, with a clarity of focus and feeling uneasy about how I left things with Daemion yesterday, I would like to seek him out. So hearing the pinging of the anvil, the hammer and the anvil, I'll head to the workshop.
Okay. You're gonna make your way down. You're gonna pass Gib. Probably eating a little bit for the chef, a little bit for the guest. Kind of a situation.
Gib's just gonna throw him some toast as he's walking out the door.
I'm not hungry.
I made enough for half a dozen. You gotta eat something.
Oh well, more for me. All right, Daemion, you will have spent the night banging away on the anvil, employing the magic box and your own ability to produce cold magic. Gib's shield was relatively easy to figure out. Once cold, you hammered it and treated it just like any other metal. Basically formed the same outline as Gib's shield and made ways to fasten it. Doesn't add much weight to it. It looks impressive. It looks sturdy. And in your kind of, metallurgy skills, it took you a little bit. It's still unfamiliar to you, but you did figure it out. And in your smithing and, metallurgy skills, you are impressed and confident in your ability to work it. Gib shield, probably a nice tester. Not too involved. And you're pretty happy with it. What else did you spend the night working on?
So it would be my shield, my armor, and my sword.
Okay.
My three classic pieces of equipment that I've carried with me for this whole time. It's nice having all this metal finally have a use after all these vaults.
As far as working anything with an established metal, like kind of putting them together, you have found that the need for mithril to be worked hot, like most other metals, and this metal's ability or need to be cold, kind of incongruous as it comes to like working together. Haven't quite figured that out yet. If you wanted to, basically do the same thing for your shield, work the metal out flat, shape it around your shield and fasten it, you will have been able to do that, especially after figuring it out with Gib. But as far as like managing to make some kind of weird alloy or working it into a traditional metal that needs to be worked hot, just couldn't quite figure it out.
No, I wasn't trying to alloy them. Yeah, that would be ridiculously complex. I was talking about plating, because I'll have the mithril core, which lets them be nice and light and whatnot, then plated with this new interesting metal that has its own unique properties on top.
Okay, so essentially the same thing you did with Gib's shield, but for everything else.
Right.
Okay. You're going to get Gib's shield done, your shield, And what's your armor situation? Mithril what? Just
Mithril plate.
okay. You're gonna be able to replace like the top half, like from the waist up, in this material. Again, you feel good. You feel confident. It seems to have like worked.
Sweet. It's nice to make some progress.
You see Gibb's shield kind of sitting there. Your first work, you're kind of proud of it. You want to face it towards you. It looks good. You just kind of finished the last little bits of getting your armor and getting it back together itself after plating the individual pieces. As you do so, you're going to be kind of putting it on. And Umdar is going to stroll in to the smith, and that little bell above the door, ding, is going to ring as she opens the door.
Wow. Looks like you've really been working hard all night. It's impressive work.
Smithing gives me something to do while the rest of you are sleeping. It gets kind of boring being up all night.
Well, I certainly needed the rest, especially to clear my mind. I wanted to talk to you again, a conversation that we didn't really finish yesterday. You're right. These orbs are incredibly dangerous, and it was foolish of me to attempt to wrest control of the thing from that undead creature.
That person, or what was left of him, he used to be one of the guardians of these vaults. We learned of him from his compatriot guardian in the very first vault we ever visited. We found that compatriot's corpse, and we were able to speak to it using necromancy magic. And he told us that the power of that orb corrupted his mind and sent him off on this quest to collect the power of the orbs and ultimately destroy this plane of existence.
Yeah, I have no love of evil, and I wish to see it eradicated from this plane of existence. I only worry that we're missing an opportunity, and knowing as much as we can about how to destroy these orbs could be a valuable insight. At the same time, I'm feeling, as you're aware, I have some ambitions, and there is a bit of a personal conflict I have with letting that power go, and I will do my best to control myself going forward. However, again, I don't want to miss an opportunity to wipe evil off the face of this world.
Allow me to grant you 3 warnings here. The first is that from the day I started this quest to yesterday, I have now seen 4 cities completely decimated because of these orbs. The second is that from the day I touched the first, I've had to fight off a voice in my mind endlessly compelling me to do evil deeds in the name of Illithrax. And the third is that should you be corrupted by one of these orbs, I will not hesitate to strike you down where you stand to save the people of Faerun.
A warning? 3 warnings? I think I heard 2 warnings and 1 ultimatum, but your point is heard.
The first warning is that these orbs cause immense destruction wherever they go. The second is that the people that touch them need fear being corrupted by Illithrax. The third is that if you are corrupted, I will do everything in my power to stop you.
Would it be fair of me to say that I'll return the favor?
Banquo knows well already that should I ever stray from this path, he's to strike me down. That stands no different for any of the rest of you. This evil cannot be allowed to reach Faerun, or we're going to lose everything.
Understood. Hope that we can continue to work together. I would hate to give up this partnership that we formed, and I will rest at ease knowing that if I am indeed corrupted, you'll prevent me from bringing any more evil.
I hope after what you've seen so far, you understand my caution from the day that we met. Anyone
Yes.
could be our enemy. We just don't know.
It's clear now why it took so long for you to trust me. Yeah. Thank you.
Is everyone else ready to go?
They should be finishing up breakfast.
Back
But
at the
happy
trashy
to
panda,
Back over.
as you head back, Gib, you've done the whole spread. Like, you were genuinely impressed with yourself. You were also very full as you set out the last little bits of
Gib
food.
also has 4 kids, so he only knows how to cook for like half a dozen people,
I could relate.
and they're all like werebear shifters. So there's an obscene amount of food here, and he's just like keeps like food forcing Banquo, just like, I don't know, have another sausage.
Banquo
No, don't force more sauce.
was late getting to the party, woke up, magnificent smelling, stumbled his way downstairs to an empty giant, tavern essentially. Gib working it like an octopus, just going nuts. And
Just looking for the mimosas.
yeah, mead. They got mead. Sweet, good in the morning. And Gib's got kids. He's protective. He's a good father. Make sure they eat. You are not a werebear shifter, so he is asking you to eat way more than your little drow body can like really sustain. And you are just absolutely like full.
Yeah.
You just gotta sit there.
Well, knowing that we're about to embark on the next phase of the journey, I believe, is going to take us much further west, somewhere that he's only been once before, but he knows that a good meal of prepared food may be a luxury he doesn't see again for a while.
And Gib eating, feeding Banquo. Daemion and Umdar are going to make their way back. You're going to see your shield. Same shape, everything about it. Just this new kind of bluish black, front panel to it. It's really impressive work that Daemion has done. This is not a, kind of half-assed, jury-rigged temporary solution. It's quite the smith, and it shows in the work that he did on your shield.
Yeah, so Gib is he's gonna pick it up, and he's gonna turn it over. He's gonna look at it. Like, wow, this is just, oh, you did such nice work. Like, oh, how is it different? Like, what do we got going on here? It looks beautiful. Love this detail. And he's just turning it over.
You shouldn't have lost any of the enchantments that were already on your shield. All I've done is add this new metal on top to hopefully give you its properties as well.
Awesome. Well, thank you. Here, sit, eat. I made way too much. Gibbs just gonna busy himself starting to like wrap things up in beeswax. He like sticks his head in the bag of holding. He's like, I don't know if we have enough room in here. He's just gonna start like shoving like stacks and stacks of toast.
No
Umdar
lembas
will
bread
take a
for
plate
this
of food
party.
now.
We're packing food. All right. Umdar, you're gonna sit down. You're gonna indulge
Yeah,
in
I'll help myself.
Gibbs breakfast. You're impressed. It's a lot of food and a lot of different things. Gib really went all out.
Yeah, it's a bit extravagant, and kind of roll my eyes at the whole affair.
Yeah, it's okay. When we're done, we'll leave the front door open for the raccoons. We'll be fine.
Let's just throw it in the garbage. It'll be great.
Yeah.
You actually hear something rummaging around in the back behind you. It's pretty big. All right. Everybody's sitting there having breakfast. Gibbs wrapping things up.
I think as Gibbs like kind of stuffing eggs in his mouth, he's kind of he's like, well, what's our next move?
Yeah, well, according to according to the maps that we've been watching for a while, and I'll pull out one of my copies. And this one we're in the Laren, Lycan.
I'll pull it up as soon as I can find it. It's just gonna be buried, like really good.
Yeah, I'm looking at one of them with the X's. But we're at the one on the coast at the bottom right.
Yeah, in the very southeast corner of the.
Yeah. And so the next one is Chult.
Here we go. So.
Yeah. Exactly.
First one. Second one. Third one. Thay, which is where Gib and Umdar rolled in.
Yeah.
Where you currently are.
Yeah.
And as far as you know, the last marker on the map.
Yeah. So yeah, I do the full on like movie scene where somebody lays out a map and they start slapping it and pointing to the different places and saying, and this is where we're going. We're going to Chult. And I'm gonna get us there. And I'll pull out my little trapper keeper of scrolls, and I will look at the perfectly tabbed and organized folders, and I will look for
Color coded.
yeah.
Oh, this guy has a clipboard. I trust him.
Because these are all made to go to a spot, to a teleportation circle near, or a spot near each of these vaults. Like not necessarily in or outside of, but like in the general vicinity. I don't remember exactly what I figured out about the scrolls, the large amount of the teleportation scrolls.
That was it. The black vellum ones are the ones that take you to these specific spots. Anybody can use them.
Okay. Yeah.
Looking at the X on the map, there's a good chance that the vault is either in the Peaks of Flame or Lake Luo. But we know that those X's have been dubious at best.
Yeah. Have you, you're saying that in character?
Yeah, I was just
Okay.
discussing.
Yeah. Yeah, have you been to Chult? I've only visited one of the ports, and been up one of the rivers a little ways, but I've not spent much time there.
I've never made it past any of the port towns. Usually just came through looking for bounties or whatnot, and they don't generally stray far from civilization.
Yeah, I hear. How about you, Umdar and Gib. I hear lots of crazy, fantastical tales of the area.
I've walked far, but I've never walked that far south.
Not an easy place to get to on foot.
Yeah, you've really got to be going directly there on purpose. Like I said, I've only visited the ports and the rivers as well. So yeah, I've sailed up and down the Sea of Swords, the Sword Coast, the Shining Sea.
Yeah, the jobs they may have taken that led me in that direction in the past wouldn't have, just like everyone else has stated, I wouldn't have ventured too far outside of town.
We ready to go?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Daemion's actually a little impatient to get moving because he, negotiated under the terms that we would leave and not return. So the sooner we're gone, the less likely we are to be eaten by a fucking dragon.
We'll be fine. But yeah, I'll take stock of all of the knickknacks that I found around town, and I'll pull out the vellum scroll, and after everybody says they're ready, then I will zap us on over.
Okay. As everybody says they're ready, that bright light and warm, slightly euphoric sensation is going to overcome you. And as it, kind of brightens up, almost blinding, but is, almost instantaneously fades back out at your new location. This time as the bright lights fade, you are going to find yourself in a very... anybody have natural dark vision? Okay.
Yes.
Everybody?
Everybody? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Your dark vision, you're going to notice that when you come to after the bright light of teleportation fades, your dark vision is going to be engaged. You're going to find yourself in a very cramped and most importantly stuffy room. Air is very stagnant. It feels like whatever you're in hasn't been opened in quite a while. In the black and white of your dark vision, you are going to notice the walls, ceiling, floors, and the one door in here are made of metal.
How big is the room?
It's probably 20 by 20. It's relative. You guys are definitely kind of cramped in there.
Mm-hmm.
You can still move, and everybody, it's not trying to cram you all in a phone booth, but it is definitely more people than most people would be comfortable with in a small room.
Yeah, I'm going to cast light on my shield.
Okay.
Light up the room a little bit.
As you do so on your new, it's a touch spell, right? So you gotta.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. As you kind of hold your shield up and I guess kind of touch the top of it. As the light fills the room, you are going to notice no difference in appearance or anything other than shape of the walls, ceilings, floor, and door to this room, and the new metal that Daemion just had affixed to your shield.
Mm.
This room is made of the exact same material. And everybody can see it now. You guys look like Canadian tuxedos of armor right now.
The room is made of this metal, but all of our stuff is still the same, right? Nothing got
trans- you just kind of appeared in a room coincidentally made of the same plot-heavy metal that we've got going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
Plotamantium.
Yeah. Wasn't that mine really far? Like, how did this stuff get all the way over here?
Maybe they teleported it.
Well, this is certainly interesting. So Gibb is going to look for Can you readily identify a door?
Yeah, you can see it in your
Yeah.
dark vision. It's right in front of you. It's made of the same metal. The fixtures, handle, latch that is on your side,
Mm-hmm.
and it's currently locked.
Yeah.
If nobody touched it when you walked up to it, it was going to be latched as if it was locked from the
Okay.
inside.
I'm gonna put an ear up to it. See if I can listen a bit. Figure out if I can hear anything on the other side.
No, you don't hear anything. It's not going to, aside from the kind of ambient echo of a metal room with four.
When we
beings
kind
in
of
it.
popped in here, was there any kind of echo? Because if we're in a big metal box and we boomed into
The sound not created by the actual teleportation, the echoing starts the second anybody moves, shuffles around, takes a step. Anything. It's just a giant, just everything reverberating off of every surface.
But don't hear any footprints on the other side of the door rushing towards the door. Okay. So I'm gonna try the latch.
Okay. It's gonna be.
First I'm gonna wait.
Okay.
I learned my lesson from session 1 with me. I want to cast detect magic.
You don't see anything.
Okay.
Seems like we might have teleported into someone's panic room.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, now that I don't see anything, I'm going to try the latch.
Okay. It's the gaps between the latches and the thing it goes into are just unbelievably well manufactured. It is about as tight as it could be while you're still able to, kind of pull it loose. It's just gonna clang to the side. A little bit of effort. You're a big creature. I imagine you don't have a problem. A little bit of strength. And it's gonna just pull open, clearing the gap. And then it's just gonna have like a handle. The door doesn't move in any way when you disengage the latch.
Okay, so I could disengage the latch, but I can't open the door.
The door just didn't open when you did.
Oh, okay.
Like I've lived in apartments that the second you undo the deadbolt, the door's coming in swinging.
Right. Okay. All right. So that's what I'm at. Is it come in towards me?
The door to open it. Yes.
Yeah.
It will open in.
Okay. I'm gonna peek around the front. Is there a similar latch on the other side?
You're gonna kind of open peek?
Yeah.
No. And all that's going to be in front of you, still needing your dark vision engaged, is going to be like a set of stairs that are going to be made of what looks to be like a damp kind of stone.
Yeah. Okay. There's a set of stairs here, and they're going up or down? Going up.
Where do these stairs go? They go up. Favorite lines from Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Right. I see. It sounds like we're going up. Is there a door number 2 we should look behind first, or
just the one?
Nope.
The hallway, the stairs.
And was it only latchable from the inside?
Yes.
Looks like you have to use teleportation to get in and out of here.
I guess so. Interesting. Well, we used it. Let's see what we've gotten ourselves into. Let's creep up a little bit quietly, but there's
Daemion,
obviously...
Banquo, does this metal enhance or interfere with teleportation magic at all, or what would be the benefit of building a box of this metal? You mentioned fire resistance, right? Sure.
I mean, my first assumption was that somebody built this as a place to run to if they were worried about being attacked by dragons.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hide in the fireproof box and pray, like
a dragon will get bored and leave soon, right? Okay.
You're going to follow it up. The humidity, the second you leave this sealed, stale, stagnant room, is going to be quite apparent. You're going to make your way. It is a simple one-way corridor, up some stairs, down straight, and then up some stairs again. All in darkness. It's going to seem quite apparent that you are in like a sewer system for what appears to be a city. There's the channel of water running around, drains, all kinds of pipes dumping water into this. And just make your way up. And as you do, you're going to come to like essentially like a hatch that would be on the roof. Like if you were in the basement of a storm cellar, if you live there.
Mm-hmm.
So for whoever's first, it's going to open, kind of upwardly and over.
Yep. That can be Gibb. He's going to listen for a moment as well before he opens it.
Again, you don't hear anything. These doors appear to be like wooden planks.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's
What do I smell?
Again.
Does it smell like nothing's been down here for a while?
Give me a perception check.
Okay.
You got anything special for being a shifter with smelling?
No,
Okay.
not really. If I had chosen the wolfy one, I think I do, but not for
bear.
Not for bear. Perception. There's a 19.
Okay. You are going to get the obvious kind of air of like sewage and stagnant water and all that kind of things like rushing down. You also get a very noticeable whiff of like that salt air of like like being on the coast.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Coming from this hatch, basically.
Yeah.
Or okay.
Whatever's beyond it.
Sure. Okay.
Sorry, is there like a ladder or anything leading to the hatch?
The stairs just kind of go, and eventually you're going to be a couple stairs short from the top. But if you were to open, both sides of it, you would just take the stairs right up to whatever's on the other side of the doors.
Well, this isn't the first time we've teleported into a weird little building near our destination.
Should we kick the doors open and run out guns blazing or blasts blazing?
Probably have Peduncle headbutt his way through it.
I mean, that'd be scary as shit. You're just sitting there, fucking dragon just flying through the fucking floor.
He do be like that, though.
Yeah, I mean, we can go with that. That sounds great.
All right, you want to crash Peduncle through it?
Yeah, well, if there is anything on the other side, at least I'll have the element of surprise.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you, like, double advantage for intimidation because I imagine that's going to scare the fuck out of me. Dog, if a squirrel came into my house, that would scare the shit out of me.
It's a dragon, yeah.
Yeah, like seriously.
We just open up the door into like a gnomish family having dinner, and this is dragon.
So the corridor and the stairwell and everything since the metal room has been big enough for you to travel like two abreast. So I imagine everybody's going to kind of back up to the wall, kind of facing each other this way to give, Peduncle enough room. And Peduncle's going to just smash through the wooden boards. They're going to go splintering. The brightest sunlight you have ever seen is just going to pour into the hole that Peduncle has made. This overwhelming sensation of heat and humidity is going to hit you like a ton of bricks. Anybody not named Daemion wear heavy armor?
Yep.
Gibb, I need you to make a constitution check for me, please.
We were wrong. It's not a panic room. It's air conditioning.
No shit.
29.
Okay, nailed it. This heat, this humidity, your shifter nature, the fact that you were literally like a bear in this outwardly presented man's body. Your heavy armor, it is hot as fuck. Like, it is nasty. You can instantly feel like the moisture like condense on your armor as this just blast of heat hits you. You're going to hear no screams, no panic, no nothing as Peduncle kind of crashes through. allowing all this sunlight in to the hatch.
All right.
Did another Lost reference. So is the hatch open to? It opens to outside.
Well, it doesn't matter, but it opens to a room with windows in it.
Okay. An empty room. Okay.
Yes.
What's outside the windows? Are we in a city? Are we surrounded by landscape?
You're going to go up the stairs. You are going to hear a lot of the sights and sounds familiar with like a seaside town. All of the walls are going to be like a white stucco, clay roofs, bright sunshine. Off in the distance, you can see a large body of water. Banquo, anybody who's been here, where did you go specifically?
Let me look at the map real quick, because I don't remember the name of the little port town on the west, like northwest little inlet thing.
Niranzaru.
Naranzaru, there
Okay.
it is. Yeah. So
as,
I've been to there and up the two rivers,
Okay.
but not to the lake.
As you all make your way out of the kind of subterranean part of this and look out the window, Banquo and Daemion will recognize it as Port Niranzanu. The harbor, the lighthouse, all of the kind of palaces and grand places, as well as just the kind of aesthetic style, very distinct from, kind of mainland Forgotten Realms. It is a distinct culture that is very separate from everything else. And you are going to come up, and as you do, in addition to the smack of heat and humidity from it being a tropical coastal town, the bright sunlight, everybody is going to get a very noticeable smell of rotting flesh.
Great way to start an adventure.
And for the record, now that the owlbear is up, Banquo and Daemion, having been here before, the landmarks about the city that you can see from this building are going to tell you that you are right here at number 7. It's just this tiny little place, very similar to the place you appeared at in Aglarond. Very tiny, seems more to be as a location to teleport than something that doubles as, something else. This isn't the library and the place that these scrolls take you to.
It's just purpose built just for that one thing.
Yes.
All right.
Better move on then.
Yeah.
Don't want to block the traffic.
Yeah, the reality of the situation kind of crashes down on Daemion a little as he realizes, oh man, we're going after a whole new vault with no leads.
Yeah,
God,
we're
this shit gets
back
old.
to this point again. But hey, it's the last one.
You make your way out into the streets, and
Oh, did anybody see the dragon? I'm sorry to interrupt. Did anybody see the dragon bust through this cellar?
No one in the room above.
Okay. Your teleportation scroll is effectively is immediate. So it was early-ish morning when you left the halfling village. By the laws of physics, as far as they apply here, it would still be kind of an early morning here. And for what appears to be the largest trade and port city that Daemion and Banquo have been to before, you know what a trade hub this is, and this is a major metropolitan city. Unlike the last time you were here, the streets are entirely empty. You see all kinds of birds flying around in the sky. Seagulls, birds of prey, carrion birds, all kinds of things. And as you look, what is essentially going to be to the northwest of the map, kind of over your shoulders, you're going to see the largest concentration of birds flying in an area just beyond the castle gate. or the city gates. And as you turn to look and see the large amount of birds, the city gate is going to be down if you just kind of lower your gaze. And atop the archway to the city gate on the ramparts for the walls, you are going to notice 6 heads on spikes with their backs to you. So you're not really going to get a picture of them, but it is very clearly 6 heads on spikes. You don't see a single soul. And there are birds flying over what is essentially going to be like this area beyond the wall.
Sorry, is that also where the heads are located?
The heads are going to be at number 10. The
Oh,
city
I see.
gates.
Like on the wall.
Yeah. Like you would mount them to be intimidating.
Are they of a determinable race?
If you were to make your way over to them, they appear to be green, like an olive green skin, but not of the same lineage as Umdar. Very angular kind of faces, olive green. I think they have pointed ears.
Do they have noses?
Give me 1 second. I will answer that question. I think your leading question is the answer is no, because I think you know what it are. They do have very sharply pointed ears, a little more narrow than elves, definitely much longer. And the skin has been rotted. They've probably been up here for a little bit. But no, it definitely does not have like an outward nose of, the fore view. And so, Banquo, go ahead and tell everybody what it is.
Yeah, I know too. It's
okay.
so obvious, man.
Okay.
I don't know if Banquo knows. I'm
Okay.
sure he does because, like, he hates aberrations. So, but out of character, they are Gith of some ilk. Whether Yankee or Zerai, I don't know. They all look the same to me.
If it was any other DM, I probably wouldn't have known. But because it's Manny, I knew it was Gith.
Yeah. I was waiting for Gith to make their grand appearance in this because they're cool and Manny likes them.
Yeah. So you're going to see, like I said, 6 heads mounted on spikes in the way that any city, trying to intimidate somebody would do. You can look up at the heads. You can look through the open, giant city gates. Out in front of you appears to be like a small little, outdoor arena with a track around it. That's where you can see what would be number 2, as if you were to just look, straight out the door to the gate, to the what's on the outside.
And can we see, is that smoke that I see kind of rising from beyond the structures just outside the gate, coming from area 3 on the map?
If the map has it, then yes, but not by my design. Like I said, I absolutely stole
right.
this. This is the map from Tool of Annihilation.
Sure. Okay. Well, this is a curious place. Where do you guys usually start?
I can't help but notice there's multiple 10s, so I guess we'll be finding more heads as we explore.
I like gates too.
As far as how we start, first step is, of course, look for unusual happenings. So we have to go where there are people and see what people are talking about.
Yep. With all this fuss about these strange green creatures are.
So, man, you said it's early morning?
Yeah, it's going to be, like I said, essentially the same time, depending on how, maybe 30 minutes after Banquo read the scroll, you got your bearings, made your way up.
Yeah.
But yeah, positioning of the sun, your latitude is going to be about the same, more or less.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, time of day is the same, everything.
Let's find breakfast. He slaps Banquo like on the shoulder. Can you eat?
More?
Put you right here by the gate. Where would you all like to go? Your whole time gathering around, you've seen not a living soul. For those who have been here before, these streets are packed all the time.
Even this time of morning.
This is the major trade hub of the entire region for the most part. This is the only game in town.
And there are birds flying. Are there any like cats or rats or dogs or anything in the
If you were to look out, you would see a couple of dead like animal corpses. Look like they've been mauled by other animals.
But you did say there were birds, right?
Lots of them.
What the hell's the matter with you?
In the past, I feel like, especially in like port towns, we've had the best luck in like markets and whatnot, because that's usually where there's basically always activity.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or probably be the next after that. But
yeah.
Okay.
Maybe we make our way. Again, since we've been here, we kind of at least know, markets this way, ports that way.
Yep.
If not, what our favorite stalls are, because
Right.
I haven't been here in decades. But
The Merchant Ward is going to be number 4 on the map.
yeah,
One of the bigger markets. It also houses like the trade guilds and the kind of big business. Not necessarily like street level like locals. They don't really buy their stuff here. This is much more for out of town trade, international visits, like that kind of thing. It's a much more high end area. Is that where you guys want to go?
sure.
we'll start with that,
okay.
and then go to the other market, the like street level market.
Okay.
After that.
As you make your way around, it seems almost exactly the same as the Halfling Village. It is a ghost town. It is silent. There is not activity. There is nothing. Your footsteps echo on the sandstone. You can just hear it. The only kind of sounds are the cawing of the birds and whatever small conversations you may have as you walk through the streets and everything. Eventually, you're going to make your way to the trade district. It is going to look, aside from the kind of shops and everything being stocked, it's going to look just as it always has and like it did the last time Daemion and Banquo, you were here. The only difference is there is not a living soul in it. No storefronts, no market stalls, no buildings, nothing.
This is impossible.
Daemion, can you fly up and see if you can see any activity?
Yeah. Daemion will get on Peduncle and he'll have Thorn split off in another direction and look for literally any sentient life within the city limits.
Okay. Daemion, which direction are you going to go and which direction do you want to send Thorn?
Daemion will work his way like to the west, down and around, and then he'll just have Thorn go straight south, and presumably we'll meet somewhere in the middle.
Okay, you want to do a big like counterclockwise thing?
Yeah, so I'll go counterclockwise, he'll essentially go clockwise, and we'll see what we find.
As you head off and Thorn heads in the other direction, who do you want to do first?
Me, probably.
You're going to head off from this elevated position and vantage point. There is no activity in the streets whatsoever. Like none. And as you take off from the Merchant's Ward in such proximity to the harbor and the docks, there's not a ship moored up.
That was
Like,
my
I
next
don't-
question. God
Activities, like there is nothing. The lighthouse, which is always lit because of the nature of Chult receiving, heavy storms and the such, that could roll in at any minute, blotting out the sun. The lighthouse isn't even lit.
Shit.
You're gonna clear.
That's my next thing.
You're gonna eventually kind of make your way over the castle walls, and as you do so, you're gonna see a giant pit and just piles and piles and piles of dead bodies. Thousands of them filling this entire large hole. You'd recognize as it's the city's landfill on every other days. It's where the refuse goes. It's where everything goes. Instead of your table scraps, it holds, depending on your knowledge of Port Nirzanu, it could potentially hold its entire populace just in this hole. You see animals of all kinds fighting with each other, tearing off pieces of flesh, carrion birds just falling down and down, picking things off and flying away.
Where is this on the map?
Number 3.
Okay.
And as you get closer, it is unmistakable what it is. This is essentially a mass grave.
Are we too late?
Yikes.
Is this everywhere? The place we just left was also abandoned with all of their people in a pit.
Well,
They were alive when you got there.
yeah, I was about to say,
In my
it wasn't like that when we got there.
in my defense, they were absolutely alive when they got there.
But I would say approximately half of the cities that we've visited since we started this fucking quest have been some variation of every single person that lived here is dead now.
Yeah.
It's about a 50-50 shot anytime we go anywhere.
Mirabar dead. The next place alive.
Then 2 more dead.
Aglarond, everybody was leaving but alive. Faye, everybody was alive but assholes.
alive, but assholes.
Was that D&D Texas?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Fantasy Texas, Fantasy Saudi
Fantasy
Arabia. We kept going, but yes. But yeah, completely empty. You're gonna, complete your circle. Thorn's gonna complete their circle. And as you know the city, you know where the points of activity would be or should be. There is nothing. Thorn, in their travels, is going to tell you the same thing. And the one thing that Thorn is going to note is that the large temple, kind of down here in the southeast, that usually has a very impressive glass dome, the glass has been smashed out of it.
That does sound worth investigating.
Smashed in or smashed out?
It's a domed roof, so it's going to be smashed down.
So returning to everyone else, I'll report that it seems like every single resident of this city has been thrown into a pit outside the walls, just full of corpses.
Jesus.
The light of Salune. What could have done this? You've been here before.
It's an impossible task. You would need an army to do it with conventional means. A massive army.
Yeah. At some point, the people would start to revolt, and they would outnumber any normal army.
Manny, the heads of the gift that we saw, how fresh were they?
Give me medicine or nature.
I'm kind of backtracking a little bit, but I'll give you.
Probably gonna pass a couple other
Man's got a 10.
gates along the way.
Not too long. Their features are still distinguishable as Geth. It's not like they've, the pallor of the skin is gone that you can't tell what color they are. The structure of them hasn't faded enough to be unrecognizable. 3-4 days, maybe.
Okay.
It is hot.
Yes. So Gibbs is gonna turn to the group and says, "Well, those, why are the gift heads on spike? Why are the gifts on spikes, but everyone else is piled in the midden heap?"
Well, first of all, we have to cover. Do we even know what Gith are?
Or those are, or no, not gift, but those fellas. And if they're only like 4 or 5 days old,
there could have been some great conflict between their group and this city, and the city lost.
So this could have happened just 4 or 5 days ago.
Are we seeing any other damage as we make our way across the city?
No.
There's the heads on pikes. There's a big pile of bodies. There's a blown out dome ceiling. There's not like blood on the streets. There's not overturned carts.
No, the carts aren't overturned. Even little small things, crates and maybe, small barrels that would be outside of shops. Everything is...
Nothing's on fire. There's no
Nothing.
Yeah,
smoke.
I've been thinking about that too, and I have one additional question. The bodies in the pit. Was there any obvious signs of how they died?
Give me a medicine check if you want to have looked at it while they were...
17.
They have been there. They look better than the green heads hanging from the gates.
That's what I thought you were going to say. All the signs.
They look better than, and every single one of them seems to have had some sort of trauma to the eye. Either it is bruised, the eye is flat out missing. Everybody might have like scratch marks on them. But near the eye, every single body that you looked at, no matter how long you wanted to spend doing it, looks like it has some trauma to the eye area.
And that's not just the birds.
And it's not being picked away. That's kind of random and haphazard. Some more than others, but the one absolute consistency amongst them all is that they have trauma to one of their eyes. It's not like everybody's left eye's fucked up. It's one or the other, sometimes maybe even both.
With the exception of that, all the signs make it look like these people just walked out of town, jumped into that pit, and died at the same time.
Yeah. There's no way to, you can't just force a population to do this without them.
But like
without there being signs of a struggle, of a war. Yeah, I agree.
Everything here looks like business as usual.
Yeah, like everybody just took a break. I'm wondering, do you think those heads were here before that happened?
I would think so. But I don't really have anything to base that on other than intuition.
We need to check out what's going on in that collapsed dome.
You think so?
It's the only sign of anything out of the ordinary.
Yeah, it's the only inconsistent thing in the city beyond the bodies.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do it.
So Daemion and Thorn are going to return to everybody, inform them of what they've seen. You're going to answer and ask your questions. Daemion's going to fill you in as best as he can. And as you set out towards the large building in the south, depending on your knowledge of it, Daemion and Banquo, you will remember to be like a temple of a specific deity. If you want to see if you remember, you are free to. If not, you're gonna recognize it as one like a temple, a regular like a relatively like prominent one in town.
Yeah, no, Damien has never given a shit about people's weird religions.
Okay, Banquo, you kind of travel. You
No.
want to know stuff. Do you ever ask, hey, what the hell is that?
Probably.
Okay.
He's a lore bard.
Okay. Give me a history check.
It's Banquo's job to know things. That's not.
I cast stab and get mad.
I got a 13, but I'll use my lore bard thing to add a d10 to that.
Okay.
That'd be a 15.
The exact deity is not going to instantly spring to mind, but you are going to remember it being referred to as the Moon Temple.
Oh, really?
And on that note, we will end it for the evening.
Okay.
All right. So we have made our way to at least what appears to be our last destination. Surprise, surprise. Things have gone horribly wrong before you got there.
Yeah,
Par for the course.
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Actually, when you rattle it off, like I said, it wasn't that bad. Everybody was alive in most of the places that you arrived at. It wasn't good, but they were alive. Like I said, Aglaron, the Ladrin were leaving, but everybody else was cool. They hated wizards and they needed jobs. Like they had jobs for everybody.
I still think it's about 50-50. The first town was empty. We found
Mirabar was ravaged.
but not them, but like the governor's son's town was fine, but the other two were fucking wrecked.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but that's not the one you arrived in. Those are the ones you went to. That's
Yeah, I'm just saying, of all the
different.
towns that we've seen, 50-50 shot whether everyone is dead or not.
Sure. And this is going to be the biggest one, and everybody's dead, so it's bad. All right. You have seen these amazing players play these amazing characters so well. They're even better people behind them. On our way out, we let them say a little bit about themselves. I'll do a little channel news, which basically is just going to tell you when this show is going on again. And then we'll let you out of here. Let's start with maybe the obvious choice. Gib, you have made your journey over here. Town's empty.
Mm-hmm.
You hear rumors about a smashed moon temple. How's Gib feeling in this moment in this town with everything empty and perhaps his place of worship vandalized?
Yeah, he's on edge. The hair on the back of his neck is definitely standing up, and he's chomping at the bit to get over that temple and see what's what.
And then tell us about our friend Eric.
Well, every time I join this game, we do a session, it gets more and more exciting. So very, very happy to be here. It's been great. I also have crossed an exciting milestone in my own D&D life. I DM'd my first session last week.
I
So
read
that was
about it in
pretty
the Discord.
excited.
I was like, congrats, man. How'd you feel?
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, I mean, you'd have to ask the people that played with it if I ended up being any good. But I felt pretty great towards the end of it. So.
They seemed happy in the Discord.
Yeah.
So congrats, man. Welcome to the club. One of us.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
Gonna have to.
don't
Gonna have to keep it going at some
don't
point.
move it. Don't move in full time, man. The rent here is nuts. But welcome to the club. Thank you for being here. Even now with your DM superiority, I could run a better game than this. No, I'm just kidding. Thanks. All right.
You've been a good teacher.
Not to do. I'm that guy. Don't do this. All right. Let's slide over. Daemion, you've seen firsthand the kind of situation here at a very large port city that you have been to. We've established your math on places that are bad. Obviously par for the course. If you had to guess out of character right now, what does Raz think is going on?
I definitely think it's some sort of like telepathy or mind control type deal. Like, something clearly took over this entire town at lightning speed. Like, they didn't even have a chance to really react or do anything about it. Whether it was like a slow plan that just culminated and then it was over, or if it was some massive amount of power that took everything out at once. Whatever it was, it happened before anyone had any idea what was going on, and it was over.
All right. And then tell us about our friend Raz.
Yeah, I mean, it really feels like we're aggressively ramping up towards the end here, and I still don't know exactly how all this is gonna end. I have no idea what the finale is gonna look like, but it's kind of hype that that we're getting there after a relatively long campaign by my standards.
Sure. I mean, 26 sessions, even at a full every week, that's still 6 months. That's half a year.
Yeah. So for somebody that does mostly one shots, this has been a pretty cool experience.
Awesome. Glad you're having fun, buddy. Thanks for being here. Banquo, you've been here before. The city is dead, literally. How you feeling? And then tell us about our buddy Nick.
Going from one empty town to another, it's kind of fun and kitschy. Oh, we have to make our own breakfasts here at the tavern. But it's gonna get kind of old if I have to do it for the rest of the campaign. And he sees all these empty buildings, and all he's thinking is, it's gonna take me so long to loot this whole place.
I love.
God damn it! I was thinking that too, but I wasn't gonna say it. I'm like, they just looted that fucking Hobbit town, and now they have a whole city.
It's gonna take
love
so
stealing.
long.
I love taking things.
Yeah, I'm gonna take all your stuff. But yeah, and then it's like Raz said, I also play a lot of one shots, and getting through this campaign and it going on so long and going through so much of Faerun has been really, really cool. This has been the first campaign I've been in that like really moves around on a big world map of like a familiar setting. So it's kind of cool, and it is getting exciting to try to figure out how all this pieces together, and yeah.
Awesome. Glad you're here, buddy. Last and not least, Umdar, you've had your moments of almost, I don't know, reverence for these dragons. You've, in character, come to understand the really dangerous as opposed to just the kind of, I don't know, novelty of something that people may not even believe exists. Aside from the dragon encounters and everything to this point, you seem to have moments of compassion for the well-being of society. How you feel showing up in a city this large, that even if you've never been here, I'm sure you've probably heard of it, and see that it is entirely devoid of at least, humanoid life.
Yeah, Umdar is puzzled. There's something eerily similar about the state of this place to the state of the last village we were in. And Umdar is honestly questioning her own sense of reality. This seems nightmarish and hardly real.
That's, let's say, like from a real standpoint, that's very valid to just have a reality of other people outside of yourselves just completely taken. And I guess imagine that would be quite distressing. And then tell us about our friend Tim.
Sure. As always, happy to be one of your longest running players on this platform, and really, really getting a kick out of this campaign, especially some of the roleplay opportunities. I really appreciate Raz and Daemon letting me, allowing me the opportunity to just indulge in some character dialogue, and that was really satisfying for me, and I love that kind of stuff. And thanks Manny for making it happen as well.
You guys do half the work. I just set it up and you guys knock them down. All right, so that has been our amazing cast for episode 26, Dynasty of Dragons. I'm Manny at GrowedUpGeek on your social medias. You can potentially check us out Friday nights at 10 o'clock as we continue our very limited series, Legacy of Blood. We're about halfway through that. We'd like to get that wrapped up before the end of the year. Our Tuesday show is on a temporary hiatus. Look for an announcement about that. We will, in theory, hopefully be back here next Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time for episode 27 of Dynasty of Dragons. In the meantime, thanks to everybody who watched. As always, to my amazing cast, thank you for coming out and playing. It means the world to me that you guys just keep showing up week after week. Yeah, so we'll be out of here. We'll potentially see you Friday night. If not, hopefully right back here, 7 o'clock p.m., twitch.tv/GrowedUpGeek. Wednesday, 7 p.m. for Dynasty of Dragons. Till then, always remember, I love Dungeons and Dragons and the people who play them. And we'll see you as soon as we can. Thank you for watching. Good night.